This is a video about Angine de Poitrine. I discovered this band in the most bizarre way through my dear friend and repo developer, Axel.
Wow.
And my man Axel has some impeccable music taste. One day he hits me up and he's like, "Hey old boy, are you already a fan of these or what?" And links me the Spotify profile for Angine de Poitrine. I says to him, "Not until this immediate moment." He says to me, "Wait until you see them. You'd love their funny noses." I reply, "The noses were funnier than imaginable." Just gonna wait for somebody's car to stop honking. Cool. Thus began my newfound obsession with Angine de Poitrine. This band has been smashing the minds of the casual music listening audience into paste. So as the world's humblest music connoisseur, here's the elevator pitch. Angine de Poitrine is like if Primus decided to stop pretending that they were human beings making human music, and then Les Claypool and Larry Lalonde put on the Patera earrings and they were like... And if the sound of that doesn't impress you, how about the fact that they somehow made microtonal guitar riffs not only popular, but mainstream? I can tell by that look in the camera you don't know what Primus is or microtonal riffs. Okay, so let me explain in layman's terms what makes this band so special. So, once upon a time, I was a dancing eyeball. This was at a music festival called Funkfest in Huntington, West Virginia. I don't know what Funkfest is like now, but at the time it was a pretty small gig with mostly local bands playing. But one of the bands there was a two-man group called Hell Nah. And it was just a bassist and a drummer playing this like hard, fast, funk rock style of music. And the reason I'm bringing this up is that Hell Nah was one of the most incredible live performances I've ever seen in my life. That band and Angine de Poitrine are perfect examples of just how much unbelievable fucking music talent is just hiding in the wings of local music scenes waiting to be discovered. But unfortunately, in this world, sometimes in order to break the mold, you can't just be an insanely talented guitarist-drummer duo. Apparently, you have to cover yourself in polka dots, put on a SpongeBob and a Squidward nose, and speak French.
I love you, Angina, but you can't be doing that. Come on.
And I just want to say to everyone who's fawning over this band right now, you guys are kind of getting on my nerves. Don't get me wrong, this band deserves the spotlight. But you guys, you're focusing on entirely the wrong reason why this band is cool. The whole conversation about Angine de Poitrine right now seems to be dominated by this rhetoric of, oh, AI could never make something like this. This is such an antidote to this dystopian times we're living in with AI art and AI-generated music. First of all, AI is eventually going to be able to make music that makes Angine de Poitrine sound like fucking Hanna-Barbera Cartoon Sound Effects Volume 1, Track 15, Cartoon Bawang. Which, if you're fucking curious, sounds like this. Sorry about the hot, unpopular take. But AI is going to change society in such incomprehensible ways that everyone alive today is going to be looking back at our pre-AI life and wonder how in the world we were able to function without. We're going to be in the AI future looking at today the way that today we look at the pre-TV world where the only internet was basically the radio. I am not pro-AI. I am not anti-AI. I have just read a history book before, so I know what everyone else seems to be in total denial of. That technological process is unstoppable, and we only realize what we've built after we've built it already. And folks, I just think it's a tragedy to turn one of the coolest things to happen in the music industry in my lifetime into this cult of anti-technological politics. Here's what we should be celebrating Angine de Poitrine for. This guy made the double neck guitar actually not a stupid idea. Ever since the double neck guitar was invented, it's been a pointless showboating tool at best and an inferior solution to just hiring another guitarist at worst. But Angine de Poitrine has innovated a use for the double neck guitar where it is required to play almost an entirely new genre of music. You could theoretically achieve playing songs like Fabian and Sarniez by having two guitarists with separate loop pedals doing their own thing. But not only would that be much more impractical and expensive, but the thing is, I think the spectacle of a single guitarist building the riff is, in my opinion, a huge part of the appeal of poutine rock. Angine de Poitrine is a testament not to what robots can't achieve, but to what humanity can. These guys were hiding in the Quebec rock scene for 2 years before they became a worldwide phenomenon. Hell Nah was one of the coolest live bands I've ever seen, and they probably disbanded sometime in the mid-2010s.
Hey, yo, it's your boy, Editor Charles here. Just saying, Hell Nah is still together. Yeah, they're still doing live performances, so, yeah, don't trust the latest release on their Bandcamp as a signal for whether or not they are still together. They are still together. Go check out Hell Nah.
Who knows what unbelievable human innovation and artistic talent is waiting in the wings at your local bar, waiting to be discovered. Don't turn Angine de Poitrine into an anti-AI symbol. They don't deserve the dishonor. If they're going to be a symbol of anything, it should be a symbol of the magnificence of independent artistry. Because AI can do a lot of things. Way more things than we realize. But it can never be a human being. It can never live a human life, it can never go through human struggles, and it can never strive in a human society to make its ideas work until one weird thing, finally does. AI will always be its own kind of creature with its own kind of existence. And to be completely honest with you, I think it's cool as shit. But let's just admit to each other that we don't give a shit about what AI makes as much as what humans make. And quit worrying about all the dumbasses that do. It's not gonna stop the wheel turning, man. It's just a waste of time. What makes art great is seeing human beings do fucking crazy shit like this. Because it smacks us out of our mundane mental lives and reminds us that we're fucking amazing. We can do the coolest shit if we put ourselves up to the task. Forget AI, who cares? That dude is playing a microtonal double neck guitar, and that dude is pouring liquid in his eyes because he's that committed to the fucking bit. I applaud Angine de Poitrine for shaking up the meta of pop music, bringing rock back to the radio waves, and doing it with microtonal fucked up poutine rock, and for being an inspiration, testament to, and celebration of glorious, beautiful humanity. Which is what I would say if they weren't aliens. Wait, did they rip off DDP?